Hey guys, Nate Reich here, Paralympic champion and recent silver medalist at the 2024 Paris Games, and today I'm going to answer some of your questions. What drives my passion for track and field? Well, for me, I had a great love early on in track and field. I was super lucky to have great family and great coaches that honestly didn't really push me all that hard early on. They saw that I really wanted to be the best that I could be, and so they kind of just fostered that and put more fuel on the fire for me. And today, I think I've had great teammates as well all the way along the way. I've tried to keep it fun, which I know at times is hard because I'm a pretty intense person. So I think just keeping it fun and allowing yourself to know why you do it. Tips for aspiring Paralympic athletes. I think that's a really good question. For me, I would say first off, I think it's really important to find a local club or a summer team that you can run on if you're a distance runner. For me, I thought it was pretty awesome that I was able to run with quote unquote able-bodied athletes. And for me, I just learned so much. Sometimes I feel like you learn so much from getting your butt kicked and failing. And, track is such a safe environment to fail on. Like, if you lose a race, you lose a race. Next weekend, there's probably going to be another race. And the second thing is, if you are a Paralympic athlete, advocate for yourself. Go out there and, talk with your coach and say, hey, like, this is, I feel like I'm getting injured, or I feel like this is too much. And just kind of, because at the end of the day, collaborative efforts I've found always are the best in the end. So I think having the ability to advocate for yourself and also just finding a coach that really wants to see you succeed. How do you build mental toughness? That's an interesting one. I am someone who thinks that you can train your brain like you do a muscle. So there is a lot of mental performance things that you can do that increase your focus. Like one thing that we always used to do was stare at a dot on the wall and just see how long you can do that, or do breath work, and every inhale and exhale you count and you see how high you can get to. And so that's one thing that I've done throughout my career. And then another thing is, when you have a workout and your body feels good, don't try and find an exit from the workout. If there's always going to be a point when the workout gets really hard, and if every time you all of a sudden say, oh, something's hurting when it's really not, and you just don't work through that, then you're never going to be mentally tough during a race. So for me, I try and use my big workouts or my workouts that are meant to be really hard to really work on my mental toughness, because there's always going to come a point where it just sucks. Strategies for balancing training and personal life. Well, I think this is great. I think there's a truth that I believe in, that there's a certain point in the year where there's no balance. And some people are like, oh, you always need balance in your life. And I don't necessarily agree with that. For me, I think that I target times throughout the year where even sometimes it's more personal life than it is track. Like around Christmas and Thanksgiving, that's a time where I really decided to enjoy it. I mean, I remember one of our physiologists saying, if you can't have grandma's pie at Christmas, then like, what are we doing? Which I completely agree. So I think throughout the year, there's certain dates or certain parts of the season that I really choose to enjoy. And then there are other times of the season where you have to be strict and diligent and go to bed early, and there is no balance. Like before the Paralympic Games, the month leading in, I mean, there's really no balance. Sure, like if I go out for a coffee or I go and grab a pizza with my physiologist or with some of my treatment staff, that's kind of the exciting outing. So I think you just have to figure out what works for you, and that's certainly what works for me. And if you have any other questions, drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer all of them.